Good morning, Larry. Good morning.
Boker Tov, Rabbi Prague. How are you?
Okay.
Oh, not again.
Leave it the way he's come. That's okay.
Start. I'll go. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay. How was Shabbat in Israel?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
As far as what if it's anything, one is more than enough. What can I say?
Yeah. I mean, it looks like they are somehow going to sign some type of peace agreement.
Hearing is Iran is threatening Israel and the U.S.
Okay.
Is Rabbi Prague, is Eli there? Maybe because the internet is weak.
Eli is the first one here.
Yeah, so I have to apologize for Friday. I'm sorry.
So you don't have to apologize for anything, Eli. Are you kidding? Thank you.
Well, it's my bad. Maybe we should start every day with a regular phone. That's it. iPhone.
That's what Max does, but
Yeah, Eli is taking it now. Eli is taking it over here. Thank you.
thank you, Eli.
Good morning, Nathan.
Good morning.
You take the Malab Rachot, please open Chafam Abud.
Right. It takes a few minutes for my phone to pop up, but I think we're good now.
So you're connecting ours to your hotspot.
Yes. Okay. Hello. Hi. You're frozen.
Are you frozen? This is what bothers me.
No. But he's connected to me now, so I'll make sure he is.
Boker Tov, everybody.
Hi.
Boker Tov.
Not too much, Baruch Hashem, all is well.
Larry?
Good. Hi, Eli. Thank you.
Okay.
Good morning. Yesterday, opened the Gemara Brachot of 26b.
Morning, Larry.
No, Boker Tov.
26b. Yesterday was Shabbat Rosh Chodesh. So let's say Birkat Hamazon, it said Retzevach Nitzaynu for Shabbat and Ya'aleh V'Yavo for Rosh Chodesh. So first we're going to talk about Tefillah. This is the following scenario. If I forgot yesterday by Mincha, this is the case we spoke more than once. If I forgot yesterday by Mincha to say Ya'aleh V'Yavo, yes. If I catch myself right away, I have to play Mincha again. what happened if I didn't catch myself till it's too dark?
Saturday twice.
Saturday night, later we'll come back to your question.
Oh,
Really?
yeah,
Saturday night, it's not Rosh Chodesh anymore.
yeah.
So is there a point of me praying Arbit a second time? Because basically I was obligated to repeat my mincha. So I owe a tefillah. It's as if, listen good, it's as if I didn't pray. If you didn't pray mincha, you definitely pray Arbit twice. Now you missed the Alev Yavo, you're supposed to go back. Which means, should we look on it as if I didn't pray? No.
Or your mincha was damaged.
Right. Or I prayed. But my mincha was not perfect because it's Rosh Chodesh and I have to mention Rosh Chodesh. So while it's still Rosh Chodesh, I have time to correct myself. But Saturday night it's not Rosh Chodesh anymore. This is a big machloket in the Rishonim, but let's see what the halacha is. And then we'll go to Ratzeh V'Achletzenu, Ya'aleh V'Yavo, Birkat HaMazon. Yes, go ahead.
What is the concept of saying it's Rosh Chodesh? What I mean, we know it. You said Rabbi Prague knows in Chakras he said it was Rosh Chodesh. So why does he have to say in Minchas Rosh Chodesh? He already acknowledged that.
It's a good question. So the Gemara in Masechet Shabbat, in Perek Bameh Madlikim, says that every time you have a holiday, Kippur, Sukkot, Pesach, Shavuot, Sukkot, Chol HaMoed, Rosh Chodesh, every tefillah has to mention. So, I mean, I'm using our language that Rabbi Power is using in his book. Everyone notices that tefillah of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur is a different tefillah. It's not like Pesach, Shavuot, Sukkot. Basically, it's exactly the same text, except אתה בחרתנו השם, התיתן לנו השם אלוקינו את יום חג הסוכות הזה. No. Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur is totally different. Question is the Ya'aleh V'Yavo a tefillah of Rosh Chodesh, a tefillah of Chol HaMoed, even though the regular text is a weekday text, but the Ya'aleh V'Yavo makes the Amidah of Rosh Chodesh, the Amidah of Chol HaMoed, the Amidah of Pesach. We'll see in a minute.
Also, could you ask if somebody says Ya'aleh V'Yavo and it wasn't Rosh Chodesh? But
Right, and
instead-
Eli is saying now the opposite. What happened if this morning someone made a mistake and he did say Ya'aleh V'Yavo? Okay, באמת it's a machloket. According to Maran, you don't have to go back. But most Achronim disagree.
Because you said something false. Does that
Right.
negate your
Right,
Amidah?
this is Eli's question is, you said something false. Everyone agrees, listen good. Everyone agrees that if I said Ratzeh, and a man came in and mistakenly in the middle of Hamidah says, good morning, Joe. Everyone agrees I have to start again, yes? Why? Good morning, Joe. Why don't you look at the Ya'aleh V'Yavo that said this morning and say good morning? Because I'm not supposed to say it. This is one way to look at it.
It's
And,
even
and
worse,
many
though.
Achronim and many, like Eli
Even
said,
worse, it's negative. You're saying
Right.
something that's not
right,
true. You're
Eli
lying.
is saying
not
it's
lying.
even more because what I'm saying is incorrect. This is the opinion of many Achronim, and for Ashkenazim, this would be the halacha. Sfaradim would follow Shulchan Aruch. It says no. Why? Because we spoke many times that the main kavanah of Amidah is I'm standing in front of God. Correct? The language of the Amidah is what I'm saying. But as long, Eli, as you did not stop in the main kavanah, in Ya'aleh V'Yavo, you shouldn't have said it. It's wrong. But I didn't say, see, if I'm saying who won the Yankees or not, this is, I'm totally out. In Ya'aleh V'Yavo, you're still turning to Hashem, yes?
Yeah.
Ya'aleh
So
V'Yavo-
wait, so why don't we ask? So why don't we ask? What happens if I daven b'Yechidas Shabbos Shemona Esrei Mincha, and I know it's Rosh Chodesh, but I said the regular Shemona Esrei, and I put in didn't say Shabbos.
The answer is you wouldn't go back. As long as you said Ya'aleh V'Yavo. He's saying yesterday B'Mincha.
Shabbat.
Mistakenly, someone prayed the regular Amidah. But
And said Yalla B'Yavo.
said Ya'aleh v'yavo. As long as you said Ya'aleh v'yavo, and you have to mention Shabbat. You have to mention Shabbat always. You have to say no, otherwise, because the tefillah is tefillah Shabbat. Now, the only reason, Larry, how come on Shabbat we don't pray 19, we pray only 7? Only because Chachamim did not want to create agony, not so much. I mean, people who pray seriously, Rafaenu Hashem and Rafael, think about the angel in Israel, right? With Yerushalayim Ircha, yes? So the Be'emet, you hear? Every Shabbat prayer should have been the 19 brachot, and we would have Ya'aleh v'yavo b'yom Shabbat Kodesh הזה. You realize, למה אני אומר יעלה ויבוא ויגיע ביום ראש החודש, ביום חג הסוכות, ביום השבת הזה. But the Gemara says, those who, small percentage, but those who are praying sincerely, every offering the tefillah, certain parts of the tefillah, remind you, and things that are bothering you, bothering the Jewish people. So therefore, if you prayed yesterday regular Amidah, you said Ya'aleh v'yavo, and let's say, I mean, for the sake of argument, you said B'yom HaShabbat hazeh, B'yom Rosh HaChodesh hazeh. Fine, you're not going back, because the tefillah is Amidah Lifnei Hashem. You did mention Shabbat, you did mention Rosh Chodesh. You shouldn't have said what you said. But you say the case that Eli raised is a different case. I'm saying something that is totally wrong. You know what I mean? By your weekday tefillah yesterday, by Mincha, you're not saying anything wrong. You're saying something that you shouldn't have said because Chachamim established something different. But you say as long as you mention Shabbat. But the case that we spoke, Ezra, was I didn't say Ya'aleh v'yavo yesterday, and I did not remember it until it's night.
Good question.
Should I go back or not? This is a big
What's the point? It's saying, I'm gonna be being.
Good.
What's the point? I'm not saying, I
Right,
can't
good.
say Ya'aleh v'yavo.
Good point.
What am I gonna do?
Yeah, the other point is that by not saying Ya'aleh v'yavo, it's as if you didn't pray.
But I'm not, but I'm still not, but I'm not fixing
You
anything.
say, what happened if I didn't pray Mincha yesterday? I didn't pray. Everyone agrees you have to pray to Amidah.
Right, with that, I agree.
Right.
So maybe by
Here I prayed,
okay,
and I forgot
good.
Ya'aleh v'yavo.
This is exactly the argument. One side is your side, Nathan.
Yeah.
Look at Tosfot. טעה ולא יתפלל מנחה בערב שבת. מתפלל בליל שבת 2. You see? The person didn't pray mincha Friday. He prays Friday night twice. Why?
That's even harder.
I missed a weekday prayer. Why am I praying twice? The answer is you missed a prayer. You owe a prayer.
Yeah, but that gets me more complicated because it's Hashmomin on Shabbat.
Good.
So-
But it's not really, there's no need of father. This
Davar,
tashlumin,
okay,
but no need
that's
of
the
father.
Davar.
Tashlumin is what you are obligated.
Shoulder and the guy's two different things.
Like that. So if I did not pray mincha Friday afternoon, Ezra, I prayed twice. But why? I owe a weekday. You owe a tefillah. If you owe a tefillah, and now is Shabbat, you look at Tosafot now. כתב רבינו יהודה, you see? כתב רבינו יהודה, the third line, אם טעה ולא הזכיר ראש חודש במנחה. Okay, our case. And at night, it's not ראש חודש. כן, נייפן רבינו יהודה אורזק נייפן טעון. לא יתפלל עוד בלילה. ולמה יתפלל עוד? הרי כבר יתפלל כל תפילת המנחה מבעוד יום, לבר ראש חודש. Hear what he says? He says you have a full Amidah. The only thing you missed is ראש חודש. What's the point of praying at night? אם כן אין מרוויח כלום, אם יחזור ויתפלל במוצאי ראש חודש, הרי לא יזכיר עוד תפילת ראש חודש. And he repeats, ב-18 כבר יתפלל. ולא דמי למה דאמר הכי, you cannot compare it to what the Gemara is saying here, טעה ולא יתפלל מנחה בשבת. You did not pray מנחה, yes? מתפלל ערבית בחול, 2, פירוש של חול, משום שלא יתפלל כלל. אם כן, ירוויח תפילת 18 כשמתפלל במוצאי שבת, אף על פי שלא יזכיר של שבת.
So he's saying that your tefillah had something in it, even though you got Ya'aleh V'yavo accounted for something.
Correct.
It's not like you didn't pray it
Correct.
at
So
all.
he says clearly that missing Ya'aleh V'yavo doesn't mean as that I didn't pray. I did pray, but it's a damage. As I said before, it's a damage tefillah.
So the tefillah is the ikar and the Rosh, and Ya'aleh V'yavo is the tafel.
Exactly. But the Rosh brings Chachmei Provincia, they strongly disagree. They say, since Tfilat Rosh Chodesh requires Ya'aleh V'yavo, yes? So it's not a weekday Tfilah, so to say, with Ya'aleh V'yavo. Tfilah b'li Ya'aleh V'yavo, you didn't pray.
Let's say on a Friday, I know it's a little different. On a Yontif, where you have Shabbos and Yontif at the same time, and you only made Kiddush for Shabbat, what do? You didn't say, and you said, the Shabbat.
You have to do it again.
But you made
But by the second time, you say only Yom Tov.
So you thought Asher Banu.
Yeah. In a minute, we'll talk about it. Remember, so this is two opinions. Now remember, this is two heavy weights. It's not. What do you do? What do you do in a case like this? Say yesterday it happened. Let's say you forgot Ya'aleh V'yavo. So open Shulchan Aruch Orach Chaim.
If I need it, it's like one of those.
Chelek al, take from here, take from there. Give you like one, please. Here, take one. Here's one. Open Siman Kufchet.
Slight question. Yeah, Rosh Chodesh is really the Rabbanan with him. So that's why it's not like.
I mean, the way. Look. How would you look carefully? Eli is asking: is Rosh Chodesh a regular day? And the rabbi is, so to say, inserted. But if you look carefully in Chumash, what define the holidays is Korbanot. Chodesh has special Korbanot.
Right.
Okay. So the way Rav Soloveitchik used to say it is very interesting. It's exactly your point. He used to say it's a hidden holiday,
Okay.
which means it is a holiday, but you can do whatever you want. In Bet HaMikdash, you brought the Korbanot. It's definitely a Doraita, but the restrictions of the regular holidays are not there. Now look.
What happens if you had Rosh Chodesh and you didn't say Hallel in Shachris?
You're fine. You're fine means it's bad, but you don't have to do anything. You can say.
You shouldn't say Hallel in Mincha. You shouldn't say it later on.
You should say Hallel can be recited anytime during.
Anytime, okay.
Hallel is, in reality, Hallel is connected to Shachrit, yes.
Right, but doesn't have to be.
It's a separate. For instance, Kriyat Torah. Can you associate Kriyat Torah without a minyan? No. In Brisk, if you look at the Rambam, you come down from the plane on a Monday. You did hear Kriyat Torah. You go to the Kotel. You can hear Kriyat Torah at 12. You can say Hallel, whatever you want. As a matter of fact, during the holiday of Sukkot, the first 4 days, 5 days, I was praying every day Shachrit in Etz Chaim. This is the Sephardic shul in Lakewood who prays Batikim. But since they shake the lulav totally different than us, not only the directions, the Ashkenazim, they shake 4 times by Hodu. And the Chazan says Yomarna, and we shake again. So it's 2 directions. So years ago, I used to pray this Sfaradim finished. Then I decided I pray Shachrit before Hallel. I'm going to another minyan. And I wait 40 minutes till they get to Hallel. This is what I did this year. Even though there was 45 minutes, and I was learning in between. which means Hallel, of course, is connected to Shachrit.
But it's
What is
not.
what is the proof for that? Because the Kaddish Titkabel,
Right.
Titkabel you say after Hallel. Titkabel not on about on is, but it's not really part of Shachrit. So theoretically, if you didn't say Hallel, say it in the afternoon. My wife sometimes, I forgot it Hallel. I say whatever you say, it's fine. Look now, Shulchan Aruch is Siman Kufchet. Okay, first because it was Eli's question. So first let's look and see if you'd bet. This is Eli's question before. This is Kufchet.
He's back.
This is good. This is good.
Yeah. Okay, he's back. You're back?
Back. Thank you.
Are you home?
No, I'm on Long Island, but I have good internet. But whatever.
Okay, because right now it's connected to my phone, so I'm losing
He's right. He was asking if you're home, and I said yes. Then I realized that the covers of your window are different. Yeah. Okay. So look a second first and see if you'd bet. So it's interesting. הטועה, you hear Nathan?
Yeah.
הוא מזכיר מאורע שאר ימים בתפילה שלא בזמנה. Here, today is Sunday, and mistakenly I said by שחרית יעלה ויבוא. זה שולחן ערוך, לא אהב בהפסקה. You hear this? You don't have to go back. Says look at the משנה ברורה למ"ח. ורוב האחרונים, you see? ורוב האחרונים, אלא יהבית למ"ח, third line. ורוב האחרונים חולקים על פסק זה. הוא סביר עליו, ואם הפסיק, זה לא עדיף זה, ואם הפסיק בשיחה באמצע התפילה. If you say good morning or you're excited, you ask someone, so what, did the Yankees win or not? Everyone agrees you have to pray again. שפסק השולחן ערוך סימן ק"ד, שצריך לחזור לתחילת הברכה, ובשלוש ראשונות ואחרונות חוזר לתחילת השלוש. So this is a local מחלוקת. You hear the מחלוקת.
Yeah. Sure.
On one hand, you're standing still לפני השם. That's a major cut. On the other hand, fine.
Can we differentiate that from saying Mashkiv Ruach, Morida Geshem in the summertime? Because there it's something negative as opposed to.
The Mishnah Berurah says, if the Rila is asking if you said in the summer, Mashiach Ruach,
We repeat, because you're saying something you don't want,
good.
as opposed to here you're saying something wrong,
Correct.
there you're saying
Here
something you
Eli
don't
says.
want. So it's
Rila
different.
says, Ya'aleh v'yavo is the wrong thing to ask, but I didn't say negative. In the summer, in certain places, rain is
bad.
destroying the crops and etc. So look now on Seif Tet, go back. Seif Tet, Siman Kuf Chet, Seif Tet. Tet, Ta. Listen, you see Siman Kuf Chet, Seif Tet.
Yes.
טעה ולא יתפלל מנחה בערב שבת, בסוד הגמרא קוראת. מתפלל ערבית 2, אוקיי? של שבת. ערבית 2 של שבת. הראשונה לערבית, והשנייה לתשלומים.
Okay, so I said Tashlumin, you said I was incorrect. I should
It's
have
not
done
a
so what is the difference?
זה גלת הדבר, יש תשלומים.
So
תשלומים
Tashlumin
means I owe
I'm
you.
making it up.
Hashem, I owe you, so I have to make it up.
And the Dava is a
The
gift.
דבר is a volunteer,
It's a
I'm
gift.
volunteering.
Okay.
Since tefillot are like korbanot, Ezra, you cannot bring korban in דבר שבת. Look at the רמה.
Right.
והוא הדין אם לא יתפלל מנחה בערב ראש חודש. Thursday, okay, this year was מתפלל של ראש חודש 2. Okay, fine. Good. Now look, go to סעיף י'. סעיף י'. תא ולא יתפלל מנחה בשבת. Yesterday. מתפלל במוצאי שבת 2, מבדיל בראשונה. זה אתה יכול נתנו by the first, ואינו מבדיל בשנייה, but don't say, אתה יכול נתנו, why? Because I already said הבדלה.
See, here's the only place where you don't repeat the same exact Amidah.
Correct.
There's only time, Saturday night.
Correct, but you understand why? Because I have an obligation to make הבדלה. By Shabbat, right now it's Shabbat. Every prayer is a prayer of Shabbat. Or every prayer is a weekday prayer, so pray twice.
So here you have to do a
ואם לא יבדיל בראשונה, okay, this is a sigal, forget it.
Yeah.
Skip half a line.
But that's so interesting because then, so if you didn't say Mincha, forget Rosh Chodesh, you didn't say Mincha yesterday. So by Arvit, you say twice, and you say the first one you have
By the first, not by the second. Or
yeah, but I'm saying, but it's already not Shabbos. So what kind of mincha is the second one? It's just a tashlumim.
the answer is you owe a prayer.
You owe a praise, so it could be you have to make it to Shabbat because you missed it.
Eli was asking, and he was right. We'll see later. There's no nedava on Shabbat, but tashlumim there is because I owe it for.
I see.
So the milah, you have to understand the meaning of the word tashlum.
Yeah, I got it.
Tashlum.
But why do you say? I know you always tashlumim, but it's a tashlumim Shabbat you owe, even though already it's not Shabbat.
It's שאלה טובה, שאלה טובה. אבל תקשיב טוב, listen what he's asking now. Chazal established that every Jew has to pray every day 3 prayers. תקשיב טוב. אם היום הוא Shabbat, so the prayers are Shabbat prayers. But it's not that אני חייב to pray 3 Shabbat prayers. I'm obligated to pray 3 times. Since today is Shabbat, so I'm praying the Shabbat text.
But Saturday night's not Shabbat anymore. Once you
Therefore, I owe that tefillah that I missed on Shabbat, which is 3 prayers. So I do it on a Saturday night. Look carefully now. Let's go to Yudale. I mean, you learned it at the beginning of Tefillat HaShachar. Ta'ah b'mincha shel Shabbat. Yudale, can you see Yudale? Ta'ah b'mincha shel Shabbat.
where are you now?
I'm Seif Yudale. Shulchan
I got it. Thank you.
Please listen carefully. This is our topic that we started, and then we move into Birkat Hamazon. Ta'ah b'mincha shel Shabbat. Yes. והתפלל 18 ולא הזכיר ששבת. Okay? So I did pray yesterday mincha. Forget now the Rosh Chodesh part, but I forgot to say Shabbat. מתפלל, remember he spoke, מתפלל, he prayed a weekday Amidah without mentioning Shabbat. מתפלל במוצאי שבת 2, ואינו ואינו מבדיל בשנייה, והתפלל אותה בתורת נדבה. Right now?
Yeah.
How did we start our class today? Some Rishonim, Nathan Towel agreed with Tosfot. What's the point of praying twice? Arbit. It's not Shabbat anymore. It's not Rosh Chodesh anymore. But the other Rishonim are saying, you missed Shabbat or you missed. So Shulchan Aruch compromises. What is it saying? והתפלל אותה בתורת נדבה. נדבה is not תשלומים, you realize?
Yeah.
Since it's a מחלוקת ראשונים, if you ask me, am I obligated? The answer is don't pray. Second Amidah. But we are suggesting to you to do it because of נדבה. Look at the Mishnah Berurah. בתורת נדבה. You see למד ג' משנה ברורה למד ג'? בתורת נדבה היינו שיתנה, יתנה, you verbally or mentally say אם חייב אני, if I'm obligated to pray now, הרי זו לחובתי, I'm doing it, זה חובה. ואם לאו, הרי זה לנדבה. Please listen good now. ועיין בפרי מגדים, והוא הדין כל ספק פלוגתא. Every time you have a מחלוקת, תרבותא יתפרר בנדבה. ובתנאי שיהיה ספק פלוגתא ממש.
What's the Ravavuta mean? I don't know. Plukta.
Ravavuta means מחלוקת of two real great rabbis, not a local rabbi or contemporary compared to רבותא זה רבים, גדולים. I mean, example. Every morning, everyone in Sha'arei Tzion and every Sephardic shul, when they put tefillin, they say להניח tefillin and they are covering the yad and rosh. Good? Ashkenazim make להניח על של yad, and when they come shel rosh, they say al mitzvah tefillin. See, most of us, many of us, don't realize we agree with the Sfaradim, and Mai Haniach is definitely for the Rosh too. In addition to Haniach, yes, we make our mitzvah tefillin. Hear this?
I don't understand that. Why do they have that? If it's two mitzvot, separate mitzvot.
Okay.
All right, this is for a different time. Let's leave it for a different time.
Separate class, but anyway,
Yeah, let's leave it for a different time.
and anyway, but to say it in one sentence, Rav Soloveitchik used to say, the bracha lehaniach is I'm putting the tefillin. Al mitzvah shel rosh means I'm engulfed now in mitzvah tefillin. It's a gavra b'chefter, hear this? Lehaniach al shel yad, kach hu omer. Okay, but again, the reason is your question. You have to define what is the essence. You realize you are not saying Baruch Atah Hashem Asher Kedishanu Mitzvotav V'Tzivanu Al Mitzvat Tefillin. I'm now completely covered. Listen good. So now, so says Rabbi Akiva Eger Ilayir. Rabbi Akiva Eger says, okay, it's difficult to teach it to people, but Rabbi Akiva Eger says that as Ashkenazi, every day before I put my tefillin, I should say like this. If the halacha like the Sfaradim, yes, like Rashi, so my kavanah is to cover yad and rosh. If the halacha is like the other Rishonim, I have a kavanah only for the yad, and then ashel rosh I have a separate bracha. Here I'm showing you pelukta de ravuta. You hear this?
I know what you're doing. Okay.
It's brilliant to say it like this. But it's difficult because you really
You're
have
supposed to have it every day.
Yeah, he's right. It's very difficult because.
Oh, are you kids taught?
I guess you say I'm saying it now for the
Correct.
year.
Maybe you'll have once. Here, I'll give you another example. We move now the clock, yes? So next Shabbat, Sof Zman Kriyat Shema becomes 1 hour earlier. You realize? Now, many of us, especially our age, you get up Shabbat morning very early, okay? The best time is to say Shema before, right?
Before what?
Before the second time, before around the net. So what many people say is like this. I'm saying Shema now. If the kahal is going to make it to the right time, I have a kavanah now not to be yotzei, you know this? And if I'm not, let's say in the summer in Saket Lake, almost every week, Steve Olenia is saying, Sof Zman Kriyat Shema in Shabbat morning is 9, average 9:17, 9:14. Now, some people are very nervous. Am I going to make it? So you say Shema before you start Shachrit, and you say it now. If the kahal is going to make it 9:15, I'm not yotzei with my Kriyat Shema, yes?
Yeah.
And if
every Shabbat morning now, most of the year, and now we don't. Well, actually, this week probably we will. We're going to have to say Shabbat early.
Right,
we say it, and then we're going to say it
right.
again. But we never thought not to have
Right,
kavanah for
right, right.
Shabbat.
So see, what
And
Eli
they
is saying
I
is,
never thought about
in
that.
the Sephardic community, they do something very smart, and the reason they do it is because you have to treat all the people together. They always say before Shachrit, everyone, let's say Shema, right?
Right.
And the reason is very smart. Many people don't understand the concept. There is a Zman Kriyat Shema later. I see one of the differences between this is
Also,
Hasidim.
Erev Shabbat now.
Hasidim are very smart. Hasidim do it the same as far. You do one for all, one size fits all. Don't say, but be'emet, you realize the Shema that you say before Shachrit,
To me, it's the real Shema.
I know, but it's not the perfect Shema. Why?
Because
Yeah, because you don't have bracha before and bracha after.
There's no brachot.
But-
No, it's not holy. That's the reason it's good that you do it.
No, I understand, but then you're in a point where your other Shema is too late, and this one doesn't have a brachot. So now you're
The
nowhere.
reason why the Sfaradim do this is different. ספרדים לכתחילה, פרו זמן מגן אברהם, this is the reason. Chasidei Chabad and the non-Hasidim followed the later time. So by the Sfaradim לכתחילה, they prefer זמן מגן אברהם. Once we do, maybe once if I remember, we need a calendar in front of us, I'll show you. When is sunrise? Okay? When is Alot HaShachar? No, I'm saying, then divide it by 12. It's very
No, I
easy.
understand.
I did it once in Sagat Lake. I gave everyone a calendar. Yes, look, let's go 3 times in the year. The winter short days and the summer long days. How many hours do you have in the day? Yes.
Yeah.
Multiplied by 60, divided by 12. Yeah? This is called Sha'ah Zemanit.
I know, just want to see if today this is what we have on the Shadei website.
Okay, Ila has it right here, yes? Earliest Talit Tefillin is 5:37, which means Alot HaShachar is 5:06. Okay, that's more okay. Sunrise 6:28, and today sunset is 4:49. You see?
Oh, God.
Again, sunrise.
The truth is, you're gonna have to see, we have the same issue Friday night. But we
You're
don't,
right,
we-
you're right.
because every Friday night now, we
yeah.
repeat, the rabbi says, oh, we said Shema a little bit too early, after
Right,
later, we
right,
say
right,
Shema
right,
again, so same thing, we don't have brachot.
Right. Every Friday night now, Larry, every Friday night, we pray in my
What?
shul now.
I forgot, didn't give me the reminder.
We pray Mincha and Arbit is always after sunset. But we're not waiting 40-50 minutes for Shema. So I give a class in Chumash after Arbit. Some people stay, of course, some leave. Then I say, let's say Shema now before we go home. Because I'm not allowed to make Kiddush now, because right now I'm obligated to say Shema. Here again, we pray Mincha every Friday, winter, summer, 15 minutes before sunset.
Right.
Arbit is always following, but about 5-10 minutes after sunset. Good? But this is
Yeah,
true.
but you have the Kabbalat Shabbat in between, no?
Okay, so those were not, remember, I played a different type of minyan. We would not say Shema before 40-50 minutes after sunset. Yes? So even Kabbalat Shabbat
Doesn't do it, right?
doesn't do it. So this is why after in Sagat Lake is the same. In the summer we announce, please remember to repeat Shema. Steve does it almost every Shabbat. What did you say, Nathan?
What I was saying is, you never reach 40-50 minutes. Yeah,
Right.
even a regular
So,
Shabbat.
so I'm telling you what I do. So I say Shiur Parshat Shavua. Some people stay. I try to finish it when it's already a total of 50 minutes after sunset.
You can
Then
say
when
Shema.
I say Shema now. So before I go home, I already say Shema in Shul. So let's go back now to our topic. Here, Rani Towel came right in time.
Right in time. I'm late.
No, I'm saying every time is the right time. The question is the right time for what?
Right time to be with the rabbis, the right time all the time. That's all I say.
The topic we had was everyone knows, but I'm really,
I had to make sure I have coffee or get to learn. It's a no coffee now.
okay, oh, see that?
I'll make the decision.
Okay, so the case we had is a famous case, but we went into detail. Let's say someone missed yesterday Mincha. Missed Mincha, or he did pray Mincha, he forgot the Alevi. Okay? If he catches himself immediately, he has to repeat
Yeah.
Amidah. He did not. Now it's Saturday night. So Nathan Towel says, what's the point of praying Amidah again? You're not going to say Alevi Avo. You're not going to say Shabbat. It's not Shabbat.
It's the time. You should make your time. You say your time, and then beat yourself.
This is the
Yeah,
question.
yeah,
Should
yeah,
you say
yeah.
Shtan? So Nathan says absolutely not. It's right according to one opinion, or some Rishonim strongly disagree. They say you didn't say it, you didn't pray. Not saying Ya'alev Yavo, you didn't pray.
Oh, so
Saying machloket. What do
saying
you-
that as if he missed it entirely. He
In
didn't
practicality, what do you do? So we look here. Shulchan Aruch is saying Ezra, "V'itpalel ota b'torat kedava." Pray
Oh.
twice, but say verbally.
Oh,
Say verbally.
okay.
If I am obligated, this is I'm fulfilling my obligation. If I'm not obligated, I'm volunteering. Now, in the time of the Gemara, every time you felt like volunteering in Tefillah, you can. Today, the Gemara, the Shulchan Aruch is suggesting not to do it because we are not on such a high level. The only time I feel like doing it is, let's say you pray Shachrit on a plane. You land in Israel, you go straight to the Kotel.
Hmm.
Then you really feel like praying, then you can say, okay, I'm praying the Dava now, Amidah a second time this morning,
And then
but you have to add something new. Something new means pray on your family with more intensity, or say Shema Koleinu, or someone that you really,
I heard something I never heard before. I don't know if it's really true. That if let's say you had to pray on a plane and you had to pray sitting down, you're in a, whatever reason you had to sitting down, you should pray Mincha twice because the first. Again, I'm not saying I ever did it. I'm just saying I had.
it's not true.
Did you ever hear that though?
No, I mean, I understand what they're
We
coming
understand the
from, but the
concept,
Maaseh,
Never heard of that.
no, but the Maaseh, you're on the plane, and this is the only way you can play. Say, he's saying that
Yeah.
praying sitting is not so what
It's
did
just
you,
a damaged tefillah, so maybe you better.
right,
Yeah.
this is really the question. Okay, so now we understand the concept of tefillah benedava, we understand it to a point. Now listen to something cute. Open Shulchan Aruch 188. Now here, take it, put away what you have. Take Chelek Bet, Siman Kuf Peichet, that's right here. Siman Kuf Peichet. Jeffrey, please give Nathan one. Kuf Peichet. Let's establish few rules, then we'll come to fashion.
Oh, wait, but let me ask you before, I know you're gonna do this, but should we make a distinction between a tefillah on a davening, and should we make it,
Don't you realize that this is what we are aiming?
I'm just making sure that I'm on the same page.
But the question shows that you're on the right highway, you know? On the
First
right-
time anybody ever said that to me without Waze.
Good one, Larry.
But can you imagine that we used to drive without Waze?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Larry, you're always on the right highway.
Yeah. But blunged.
The word map.
this Eli says his kids don't know what a map means.
Go to the car rental, they would take the map and they would put it in.
Yes,
yellow
yes,
pen,
yes,
so you know how to
yes,
follow.
yes.
A million times when I was younger, I used to have a map and used to map. We used to go to Boston.
Yes,
whatever,
yes.
everyone
I
knows
went
the map.
to New Hampshire with my kids and my wife.
I used to have 6, 7 maps. They give you.
AAA used to send you
And the map.
I am
used to draw it
sending
out.
you.
I used to keep maps in my car.
Yeah, I
6
think so.
different maps. I had to get the gas station given out. I
Yeah,
put it in my
yeah,
car.
yeah.
Rabbi Prague, that's what they meant when they said Nidma Tuador wrote.
Read the
Yeah,
map.
Mama,
That's
so-
still to
No,
read a
but you
map.
realize that,
The kids know what a dictionary is
no,
today?
but society is forcing us not to use our brain anymore. You realize.
Even America.
Basically, you're not using your brain. Over there, you have to.
Yeah.
Let's see, pay attention to nothing. The ways, and the ways is already in front of you.
Yeah, but the Waze road is
No,
also
I'm-
useful for traffic.
Like it tells you all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, we
yeah,
were
yeah.
out sometimes.
No,
it's
Rabbi
down
Prague,
there. Let's
it gets even more. I have this feature on the car because I have this electric car and I never use it because I'm much afraid of it. But the other day I tried it where I let the car drive by myself. I could swear I wouldn't. I tell you, it did it, but it's scary. So for you, you could put it on the American Drive. You could take out the shas, and you could finish up a pair. I tell you, it's so scary. I couldn't do it. I had to.
do that. I would no, because I'll be so nervous that I wouldn't be
So
able to.
nervous.
Larry,
It's-
we have a Tesla?
yeah, it's so scary.
Have
It's
a
so.
Tesla. If you use auto drive, I don't even use cruise control.
I'm afraid to use it. I use it out here because it's open road. But oh my scary.
Don't do it, Larry, we need you.
But you mean you can do whatever you want and the car is driving?
Yeah.
Supposedly
You
they
could
stop
shut
at the-
your.
They only had a
It
couple of
reads the
fatalities.
line.
They only had a couple of fatalities, not too many.
But you wanna know, those couple, if the guy was driving, if everyone drove without,
Right.
without it, there'd probably be more fatalities.
Right.
You know,
They
who would have
claim
said-
that the accident rate is less with the auto drive.
Yeah.
It's scary. I'm not you, but I'm saying all these things that we have, even with the computers, you stop using your brain in a certain way. It has advantages because you can do something else, but it has disadvantages.
Okay, but in order to understand our topic, basically I'm aiming to the following case. Okay, let's just read first. Look and see if Vav first. I'm really aiming further.
Okay, right?
סימן קפ"ח. Okay, סעיף ה' first, just to go into the topic. קפ"ח סעיף ה'. We have it. קפ"ח
The
סעיף.
very last word on the word. is
Correct,
the,
correct.
Shabbat.
Yeah, the last
Shabbat.
word. Nathan, you have it, the last
Yeah,
word on
yeah.
the page.
Yeah.
ושבת אומר בה, this is, remember, this is הלכות ברכת המזון.
Oh, yeah.
בשבת אומר בה רצה והחלצנו, ובראש חודש, ביום טוב, ובחול המועד, אומר יעלה ויבוא. So yesterday we had both, correct? Yesterday was both.
Yeah.
שבת, ראש חודש. ואם חל אחד מהם בשבת, as yesterday, which was שבת and ראש חודש,
Yeah.
אומר רצה והחלצנו, ואחר כך יעלה ויבוא, because תדיר ואינו תדיר, תדיר קודם, correct? Fine. Fine. Listen to this line just because we discussed it
We
before.
just discussed it, right?
ואינו מזכיר של שבת ויעלה ויבוא. Did you ever say שבת and יעלה ויבוא, Eli? No.
Oh.
He's saying,
You mean
no,
within
it's
the-
clear.
yeah.
The reason is, we said before, that's if someone mistakenly prayed if he mentions Shabbat anywhere, it's fine, as you say.
Yeah.
As we said, the tefillah could have been a tefillah of 18 brachot, 90 brachot, we're not doing it because of whatever. Okay, next. Please listen good now. Ta, Friday night, or Shabbat morning. Purposely not saying it's Seudah Shlishi. Ta, ולא הזכיר של שבת. Friday night, saying ברכת המזון, I forgot to say רצה והחלצנו, but I catch myself before I started the next one. Yes? Before. טעה ולא הזכיר של שבת, אומר, חכמים established a new ברכה.
We have it.
ברוך אתה, every סידור has it. אומר, listen carefully now, ברוך אתה השם אלוקינו מלך העולם, שנתן שבתות למנוחה, לעמו ישראל באהבה, לאות ולברית, ברוך אתה השם מקדש השבת. There's no time we can go in class on this ברכה.
If you don't catch yourself, you have to go.
Oh. But if you catch yourself after you start ברוך אתה השם אלוקינו מלך העולם, you go back.
You're right.
Go back to the beginning.
The beginning of Amidah,
This is
ברכת המזון, yes.
an analogous to Amidah,
This
But we don't have a-
we're going to discuss it.
but we don't have a safe way.
ואם טעה ולא הזכיר של יום טוב, if it's סוכות night או פסח night, אומר, ברוך אתה השם אלוקינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן ימים טובים לישראל, לששון ולשמחה, את יום חג הסוכות הזה, ברוך אתה השם, מקדש ישראל והזמנים.
This is
Every
not
סידור,
Really?
So what's exactly the,
The reason you don't see it is because normally either you catch yourself too late. If you catch yourself too late, you cannot use it. Very small place. It's only if you catch yourself after בונה ברחבה בירושלים אמן. נולד חול המועד, יום טוב.
Rabbi Prague, when do you catch yourself here? I didn't hear you.
ברוך אתה השם בונה ברחבה בירושלים אמן. Here. Hi, I forgot to say יעלה ויבוא. I forgot to say רצה והחוצה. This is before you hear it, right here. Here. Rani found it. ברוך אתה השם שנתן שבתות. ברוך אתה השם שנתן ראשי חודשים.
These are all the makeup pesukim before you go to the next bracha.
ברוך אתה השם אלוקינו מלך העולם שנתן לי להבין. Page 79.
But where do you say this?
What?
Where do you say this? When exactly? I'm not sure. I can't hear you.
ברכת המזון. When you say ברוך אתה השם בונה ברחבה בירושלים אמן. Then you realize I forgot to say יעלה ויבוא. Instead of going back to the beginning of ברכת המזון, yes?
Yeah, there's
Then חכמים establish a new ברכה. This is the ברכה.
Okay.
If it's an ordinary, it happens once in a blue moon because either you're already into the next highway or okay.
Now, the reason you can't go back to, you have to go back to the
Because all
beginning,
the
is
three
because after you
brachot
say
are one.
amen, you basically almost finished the Birkat Hamazon according
It is
to
finished.
some
It's finished. It's finished.
It's finished, oh,
I mean, there's no time. This
Okay, I
raises
know you have,
questions.
okay.
That's why
another day.
listen. Okay, so Shabbat and Yom Tov. How about Rosh Chodesh? So Rosh Chodesh, look now and see Zayin. So remember, we saw clearly on Shabbat, I'm saying a new bracha. Yom Tov, I'm saying a new bracha. See Zayin?
this page. Oh, saying I missed it. Sorry.
ואם טעה ולא הזכיר בה של ראש חודש. Let's say ראש חודש, Friday was ראש חודש.
Yeah.
You ate a full meal.
You're talking Friday lunch, not Friday
Friday
night.
lunch.
Yeah.
Friday night is Shabbat.
Yeah,
and
right.
ראש
Yes,
חודש
I'm saying, yeah,
together.
sorry. Yeah.
ואם טעה ולא הזכיר בה של ראש חודש בין ביום בין בלילה, אומר, listen carefully, ברוך שנתן ראשי חודשים לעמו ישראל. You realize there is no ברוך אתה השם אלוקינו מלך העולם, and you're not concluding with the bracha either, yes? This is a major machloket in the Rishonim.
It's not in the
Wow.
book.
Ashkenazim, it's in the book without Shem. Look, it's exactly the same.
Does that have to do with the fact that you're not going back on Rosh Chodesh? It's not a, it's.
Yeah.
The reason is
Is that because Rosh Chodesh is different from Yom Tov and Shabbat?
because you are not obligated to eat.
You're not obligated to eat bread.
You're not obligated to eat bread on Rosh Chodesh. It's good if you
But the
do it.
Pesach Sukkot, you're obligated because it's
Right.
part of
Your
the
first
Friday
No,
night.
but yesterday, Eli,
Shabbat.
yesterday is a problem because it's
Because
Shabbat
you are.
and I'm obligated to eat bread because of Shabbat
Which one?
anyway.
Oh,
No, so but if you
therefore,
forgot Yaleh B'Yavot, but you were said to say, you don't have to go back.
Why? But why not? The question is,
Because-
I was obligated to eat bread.
how about if I forgot both?
But you said you say for Shabbat, you covered
Ah, but
Shabbat.
it's on Shabbat,
The one that
not
was a
on Rosh
chovah,
Chodesh.
you
So the
covered.
answer, you what he said? Yesterday I said Ratzeh, I forgot Yaleh B'Yavo. Even though I was obligated to eat bread, it's called Shabbat.
Would you say that makeup?
But
But-
No, so
no,
this
you
is what he
wouldn't, 'cause
said.
you weren't hayat.
say right. No, I'm saying
For you,
even though
it
I
was
have
not.
to eat bread tomorrow, yesterday, no matter what, because of Shabbat. The answer is it's because of Shabbat. And you did say Ratzeh v'Achitzeh. Very good. Very good.
So if I forgot both,
You have to go back to the Birkat Hamazon.
on Shabbat, I'm talking Shabbat afternoon.
You have to
Forgot
go
both.
back.
You're gonna go
Yes.
back anyway, might as well say both.
No,
If-
before I
if it's
before I got
Seudah-
the fourth bracha.
No, if it's Seudah Shlishit, you're not going back because you're
No,
not
not
obligated to eat bread.
Yeah.
This is the point. You hear,
So
Larry?
would you say to make up?
If it's Seudah Shlishit,
What's the first? What's the first?
I'm so that should sheet yesterday.
he finished
I had bread.
Birkat Hamazon, he
No,
didn't
no, I
say
didn't
the
finish.
Yaleh
No,
V'Yavo,
I-
not to say.
I got to get that in my best as I finished. Do I have the option of saying it now on these extra pesukim?
Oh, he's asking, Seudah Shlishit, he's holding Bonei Yerushalayim,
Yeah.
but סעודה שלישית, שהוא בסדר ברכות עונה.
Yeah, why not?
And it's safe for
If-
Shabbat.
If they allow you to say it there, there's a reason.
not only they allow, they obligate.
Yeah.
So, and would I say the Shabbat and the Rosh Chodesh one, or just the Shabbat only?
No, it's not.
The rule should apply whether or
It
not.
says
it's
whatever
safe
the-
or not.
If you can,
Yeah.
we want you to say.
Yeah.
Now, I'm aiming now to a very specific case, but let's, all this introduction is just to build the skills of, now, let's look now what he says now. Okay, fine. Then he says, now listen to this now. Turn the page by you, Larry, go further in the סעיף, אם חל ראש חודש בשבת. See that?
Yeah.
You have it
Oh,
there?
yeah, further in.
Yeah, you have it
further
in the
Zion.
folder,
Further
next
Zion.
page, next
Further
page.
Zion. Middle.
Fourth line.
Okay.
אם חל ראש חודש בשבת.
Yeah.
Here,
Yeah.
yesterday,
Yeah.
והזכיר של שבת,
The Lord is.
הוא said לצבח לציין
Yeah, so
ועזרה,
here's the question.
ולא הזכיר של ראש חודש.
Now,
ולא נזכר עד שהתחיל הטוב האמיתי.
That's the fourth.
But you
bracha.
did mention Shabbat.
Yeah.
אינו חוזר.
No,
Why?
No.
Because you never go back for Rosh Chodesh, and Shabbat you are covered.
Yeah.
Good, good.
That's the point.
ואם שכח, גם של שבת, ונזכר קודם שהתחיל הטוב האמיתי, כולל ראש חודש עם שבת. You realize?
Oh, that's exactly my question.
אוקיי? ואומר שנתן שבתות למנוחה וראשי חודשים לזיכרון. Fine. Now, here is an interesting case. Please listen carefully now. Yesterday morning, I did say יעלה ויבוא, but I forgot that today is Shabbat. So I didn't say צבח לציין. Okay? And I'm holding now in the middle of the fourth. You get the case? So I definitely have to go back for Shabbat. Do I have to say again יעלה ויבוא or not?
I would say yes, but
Yes.
yes.
Oh, Eli agrees with you, Larry.
Not for-
Yeah, the only reason I know it is because I read 4 words ahead. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known it, believe me.
Yeah, well, I didn't read ahead.
That's why you're Eli and I'm Larry.
To be honest, the reason why we're learning now 48 minutes is exactly to this point. Remember, by Tfilah, you realize, Eli, by Tfilah we saw that
Right.
missing a part in Tfilah, either it's considered I didn't pray at all,
Yeah.
or I prayed, but a damaged prayer.
But in the middle of the
Wait,
fourth
wait,
bracha,
say-
if
say-
you forgot that- if you didn't
wait, wait,
realize,
wait,
are you
wait.
finishing the bracha,
No,
or you
no, no,
stopping right then and there, and starting again?
again. I did say יעלה ויבוא regularly, I forgot to say Shabbat.
Right.
Now I'm in the middle of ברכה רביעית and I remember I have to start from
Go back.
scratch.
Now, do I say?
When
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
going
again?
from scratch, should I say יעלה ויבוא again or no? I did say יעלה ויבוא the first
So
time.
let me ask you a question, would you have to do it the answer? I remembered in the middle of the fourth bracha, am I completing the bracha and then going back?
We
Or
always-
just stopping
no,
right then and there?
Always stop.
Right then and there. So basically, I didn't finish the
It's like
Mazon,
nothing.
it can't
Yeah,
count.
I know, but you never say, but the fourth bracha, if you didn't finish it, you didn't say ברכת המזון. You never look at it. you see.
Yeah, okay.
Since you already said, yeah, yeah.
Here, Larry, the bottom line question to crystallize the bottom line is that not saying רצבח לציין בברכת
nothing.
המזון is like not
Nothing.
saying יעלה ויבוא.
Like nothing. You
This
said
is the
nothing.
bottom line. So believe it or not, look, here
And
it
you
is.
said with Amidah, the
We
beginning of the
saw
class.
before that not saying יעלה ויבוא in עמידה is a מחלוקת between תוספות and רבינו דרוש. Not saying רצבח לציין. When I have to go back, should we say that I didn't say anything? It's like I didn't say ברכת המזון. Now, if you want to hear a case that will frighten you, but only listen good. Last night was Pesach, good? Kos Rishon is Kiddush. Kos Sheni is Haggadah. The third kos, Ezra is what? Birkat HaMazon. So this is Pesach night. I'm holding the third cup. Birkat HaMazon. I forgot to say יעלה ויבוא in the Birkat HaMazon. Everyone agrees I have to say ברכת המזון again. Do I have to fill up the cup again or not?
My question is, did you do
Shomei
nothing?
Alari.
Did you have to start again?
Only
like
Rav
from
Shlomo
scratch?
Zalman can, it's part of, this case crystallizes our
The
discussion.
cup and the yellow, are they essential? Are they
if-
part of the same
I
unit?
did
If
not think.
missing Ya'aleh v'Yavo on Yom Tov counts as I did say the bracha, but I missed an essential part, I don't have to fill the cup again. Because the only reason I'm saying the bracha is for the Ya'aleh v'Yavo. But if it counts as if I did not say the bracha, Kos Shlishit requires, of course, fill up again. And it's not so simple because we're not allowed to add kosot on Pesach.
Right.
Here's another, Larry, you have it?
I hear you, but it so
Kos
it's
Shlishi is Kos Birkat Hamazon. I forgot to say, remember, Ya'aleh v'Yavo on Yom Tov is the same as Letzevach Letzenu on Shabbat. You must say. I forgot. So everyone agrees you have to say Birkat Hamazon again.
It says
If
if you
it-
did nothing,
if
but
it-
what about the cup? Is it essential?
No,
Are they
if-
linked?
If it's as if I didn't say anything,
So you just had a
then
drink of
you
wine.
need another
You
quote.
just had a snack of wine,
Shalai Yafa Kol Kach, I mean, it's a beautiful.
because they're linked.
No, the fact is you can't do anything by safek because you can't add. That's
Exactly.
the problem.
Is that
You're
you're not
locked- you're
really
locked
add.
in. You can't do it tonight. You
That's
can't do
would be,
anything.
okay. Now, another case, here's another case.
We know the answer.
Ezra, you heard it? Ezra?
so what is the
As
rule? I didn't hear the answer.
Yeah.
This is this, by Jews, it's much better. Here's another case. On Simchat Torah, please listen good now. On Simchat Torah, you started your meal very late. Okay?
Mhm.
Now you say Birkat Hamazon and you forgot to say Ya'aleh v'Yavo. You catch yourself
Oh, it's the second
at
day of the
night,
holiday. Is it
at
obligated?
night after Havdalah. This is
Okay.
good now.
Saturday night if that, right?
Again, I came home late from Akafot. I'm
Okay.
eating the meal, I forgot Ya'aleh v'Yavo. If I catch myself right away, of course I have to go back. I didn't catch myself, it's already the second day, I'm making Havdalah already. Now, if it's as if I did not say Birkat Hamazon, say Birkat Hamazon now. See, by Tfilah, Eli, we said, make the davar, but it's not the davar by Birkat Hamazon.
No.
If it's considered that I said the bracha, but I'm missing Ya'aleh v'Yavo, okay, so don't say it. There's no point of saying it. But Rav Zalman has a safek by all of them. So far so that his son-in-law says, thousands of people ordained by him. He says he wants to crystallize the safek. Listen good.
Yeah.
Says you are stranded in somewhere, about to say Birkat Hamazon b'Shabbat, but somehow there's no siddur, and you don't know, let's say, V'achritzei. So you are about to say Birkat Hamazon. Should you not say it all Birkat Hamazon?
Oh, right.
Because Birkat Hamazon without it is,
You're announcing Shabbat in some other way.
or say it without. So at least have a damage. See here, this.
Not even any
this-
reference to
But
Shabbat.
Rabbi, why don't we do this? Why don't
If I would be the rabbi, of course, what I would tell the guys is to say your own text. Hashem, I thank you for the food, for Torah, for this.
Yeah.
I thank you for Shabbat.
Seems-
But the point,
Rabbi,
can I say the regular text,
but Rabbi Prague,
knowing that I'm not going to say it? I'm saying.
Rabbi Prague, why can't you?
You're not doing anything.
Why can't you do the same thing with Kriyat Shema Shalom B'Zmana? Kriyat Shema I did. Kriyat Shema B'Zmana Lo Asiti.
Yofi. But the point is, Kriyat Shema Shalom B'Zmana is at least the great Torah. Birkat Hamazon that I'm not obligated to. You're saying Brachot B'Batala, many Brachot B'Batala. אין דבר כזה להגיד, I mean, to ask me, I would tell the guy to do what Chacham Ovadia and hundreds of rabbis before him said. I would tell him, say the bracha, but when it comes to Shem, think about it, don't say it. Say Baruch Atah, in your mind, thank Hashem, Elokeinu melech haolam, continue. Hazal et haolam kulo b'tuvo b'chen b'chesed v'rachamim. I just want to show you how the Mishnah
What
Berurah
does
is.
that really do for him?
So that maybe next week we'll talk about it. Shomea, we are posek halacha lema'aseh that that hirhur lav kedibur, hirhur lav kedibur.
But to
But
Machlokas, you have
Ravad,
someone to rely on.
and the Rambam is posek hirhur kedibur. So Ravad says every time you have a safek lahalacha, yes, say it beirur. It happened yesterday morning. I went to sleep very early Friday night. I was that tired. I woke up at 3:30. I do remember that I washed my hands, and I do remember that I said, Asher Yatzar and Elokai Neshama. I wasn't sure if I said them to that time. Now it's 6:30 in the morning. I'm going to.
If you said you weren't sure if you said what?
Al Netilat Yadayim.
Uh-huh.
Every morning, normally I wash, and I said Netilat Yadayim Asher Yatzar. Most likely I did, but I was so tired I didn't remember. So I said it beirur. In my mind, I says, Baruch Atah Hashem Elokeinu Melech. This is exactly what the halacha says to you. Ovadia brings it many times, and his son copies after him, the new chief rabbi, and of course it's from rabbis before. But this is what Eli said, halacha is hirur lav kedibur. But the Rambam says hirur kedibur.
That's a good one, Eli. Where'd you get that from?
No, but hirur means I was thinking Baruch. I was thinking Baruch Atah Hashem, and it's
But it's like a little bit of stira. If you say it's kedibur, then it's special batala.
okay. So Eli is saying, but this is really the power of the word Kedibur. Maybe next week we'll talk.
It's
Okay.
it's dibur for purposes of
Correct.
batala, but not.
Larry, did you remind Max to call on the new time? Yeah.
I'm not that kind of father who's going to tell him such things. He has to know by himself. I'm not going to remind him.
I know, but I don't want to miss the class with you because if yes, he called me already 15 minutes ago. You realize?
Oh, so I'll call him right now to tell him now.
Let's say 45 minutes new time. Let's say 45 minutes in the new time because we moved the clock last
And
night.
you want to start at 10:45 our time.
A new time. Yes.
Okay, I'll call him right now.
Thank you very much. Thank you,
Have a
everyone.
great day.
Bye.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
Not yet. Take care.